Hey guys, it's your commish here, Tony Rignola, here for the second installment of the WNP Fantasy Football League weekly review. I'm just going to go ahead and dive into the matchups as Josh took down Curtis by the score of 177 to 140 to even out his record at 1-1. Curtis is also at 1-1. Josh had Adrian Peterson go off for him, Matt Ryan, Julian Edelman with 32 points, Steve Smith Sr. with 30 points. Curtis had a good showing from Aaron Rodgers with 45 points, Giovanni Bernard, Tar Heel, 18 points, Demaryius Thomas, 21 points, Kyle Rudolph, 14 points. Hopefully every week I'll be able to spotlight a Tar Heel and say, Tar Heel. So yeah, both Curtis and Josh are 1-1. We'll go ahead and move on to the only remaining undefeated team in the league, which is Brian at 2-0, defeated Pete by the score of 134 to 124. Pete must have been on the corner of his seat watching that Sunday night football game with Seattle and Green Bay, hoping Marshawn Lynch would do him a little favor and, rush the ball for positive yards, but Green Bay's defense won't having that. Won't having it. So, Petey, you got a loss, along with your 0-2 Eagles, buddy. Sorry. Let's see who went off for you. David Johnson, Petey, went off for you, only because of that 100 and some odd kick return touchdown to start the game. LeGarrette Blount, that was a good play, Petey. 0 points. Isaac knows something about that. Brian, Odell Beckham Jr., stud, 39 points. Difference in the matchup, honestly, was the tight end and 2 flex positions. Petey's 3 guys combined for 12 points. Brian's 3 guys, 30 points. So moving right along, we had a Don looking for his second win in a row versus Patty, who was 0-1. Patty took down Don by the score of 194 to 174 to even out her record at 1-1, and Don is at 1-1. It's scary that it took a team 194 points to beat you, Don. You got 174, man. Big Ben and Antonio Brown were monsters for you again. 57 points, 38 points. D'Angelo Williams got you 26. Really, the difference in this game was Don's kickers in defense. Had a combined 7 points to Patty's kicker in defense, 24 points. Matthew Stafford had a solid game for 37 points. Megatron, 24 for Patty. Larry Fitzgerald was a monster with 39 points. Don't expect that every week, but it definitely helped this week. Moving right along, let's go on to the Dean versus Steve-O matchup, which was won by Steve-O, which is the winner of our Closest Game of the Week award. 138 to 133. Both those guys are 1-1. Tom Brady for Dean's team, 60 points. It should be noted, though, those were on the bench as Dean decided to start Carson Palmer in advance. And didn't do bad, 41 points, but I'm playing Brady until that dude shows me he can't do nothing. Julio Jones got you 28 points. Gronk got you 27. Steve-O. Emmanuel Sanders, 25 points. Dante Moncrief, 28 points. Let's talk about that Moncrief for Steve-O, which didn't have him on his team last week. Dean, of all people, decided to cut him. Steve-O picked him up. And it turned to be a really costly cut for Dean, as that was the difference in the Monday Night Football matchup, was Dante Moncrief's points edged him over Dean for that victory. This just in, our on-field reporter, Why Not, is coming to us live from, I believe, the Shitter. Hold on. Yes, Why Not? Hey guys, this is Why Not, your on-field reporter coming to you live from the Shitter. Currently, I'm here looking for Isaac's team, which I haven't found them yet, but they should be here any minute. We do this here. Ha yeah. That I found his team. Back to you, Tony. Well, thank you for that on-field report there. That was our on-field reporter, Why Not, reporting from the shitter. And that leads me into the final matchup, Isaac versus myself, and which I won 133-50. As Isaac becomes the only winless team at 0-2, and I even up my record at 1-1. Luck was Isaac's only double-digit scorer this week in fantasy football. But on the bright side, Isaac, you only had 2 players that scored 0 points as opposed to last week's 3, so that's a step in the right direction. Yeah, other than that, there wasn't much to talk about on this matchup here. Let's go ahead and look into next week's matchups. We've got Brian and Dean squaring off, Curtis and Don, Pete and Patty, Isaac and Steve-O, and Josh and myself square off in the 3rd week. So hit those waiver wires as you've already done today. And Isaac, if I could, man, I'd give you the first 2 picks of the waiver wires, just, if I could. Till next week, guys.